God, me sick, me Reggaeville.
Reggaeville family, my name is Munchie and I'm coming to you from Kingston, Jamaica with no other than the great one and only Mr. Bombastic for joining me here. Thank you very much for making your way this morning. How is everything?
Give thanks, man. All is well. I mean, it can't be better than that. I'm home.
Yes, and 2019, the year is not that old as yet, but it's been a great year for you so far. You received your second Grammy After One for Bombastic in '96. How was that very night of the Grammys, and how was the moment when you received the award for you?
I mean, it was It was special, and I think because of the fact that we weren't just up for the reggae Grammy. It was a very unique album. The pairing with Sting, makes it a very unique project. It's a reggae album, but it's also a hybrid style of a reggae album. We experimented a lot with it, and it felt good because I started it, and I wanted to start the whole project in Jamaica. We started it at Shaggy and Friends, and shot the video here, and created the energy of it coming out of Jamaica and representing the culture within itself. And then we had the opportunity to host.
Exactly. The premiere ceremony,
Yeah, to host the ceremony. So that was really special too. And so it all added to a very lovely evening, a good evening.
And you and Sting are just about to embark also on another tour to throughout the UK. What can we expect from that? And I mean, it should be special because it's 4/4 to 876. Right. So now you're over there.
Yeah, we're going to the 4/4. We have 5 shows. We're actually going to be playing also in one of the shows, I think, is in Sting's hometown. So, him and I it's something that we've always wanted to do, is to go back to England to the 4/4, and, we're in talks and actually trying to get it to the 876 also. So hopefully we can create that. We had been having conversations back and forth, Sharon and I, and a couple of our key sponsors to see if we can make it happen. So Sting is into it, I'm into it, so let's hope we can make it work.
All right. But apart from that, May will be definitely a special month because your new album Wah Gwaan is coming up on May 10th. What can we expect from this new record now, your solo album once more?
This is the first, I think it's the first solo album, I think, in like 8 years. The last, hold on, that truck are wicked. Well, you didn't have to make any noise. May is a special month, definitely. It is our first solo album in 8 years. I think the last solo album, Shaggy album, was Intoxication. That was in, I think it was 20. I think was it 06 or 07? It's probably longer than that. Yeah, I've since then I've had Out of Many One Music, which is a collaboration album with Sly Robbie, and another collaboration with Sting. So I'm really kind of overdue for a Shaggy album. And boy, what album! I ended up doing this album for probably around 2 years.
Okay.
Making it. And I ended up scrapping it last month.
Oh, okay, wow.
The whole entire thing. And I kept 1 or 2 tracks that I had been married to and really think were great, and rewrote everything.
Wow.
And
why is that? Are you a perfectionist and were you not satisfied with the product, or did anything happen?
there's a number of reasons. I was in a different place in my life. I just felt at this time of where I am, what else musically can I contribute? What can I say? And what I feel is this, is what am I going to talk about in music? Am I talking about party and girls and all of that? I'm kind of past that in life. I think what I have to offer right now is experience. I've had an experience in music that I think most people in this industry in Jamaica have not experienced, And so I need to make a gateway, or kind of be almost a lens to what I've experienced for them. So I went back and I wrote songs that really spoke about that, spoke about my experiences. So it's the most personal album I've ever done. A lot of what I'm talking about on the record pertains to my life, but it is also relatable to every other person's lives. You know, there are a lot of people that I used to work with that I'm not working with anymore, um, and it's just growth. I look at it as just growth. And when I listen to the body of work I had before to what I have, they were great works. They sounded great, but they weren't conveying the message that I wanted. They weren't. It wasn't about me, and I just at this stage of the game, that's kind of where I'm at.
Use Me could be one of those songs you might be talking about. It's a song that says money is not really the important thing in a relationship.
Well,
What's important is happiness, or let's say a youth.
well,
Or
people might look at Use Me and think that is really just a gal tune, but it really isn't.
yeah.
You know, what people have to understand about Use Me, it says use me or I have no use. It's like you have somebody in your life. You know, it might be a relationship, it might be anything. What you're really talking about, you don't want a waste man in your life. Look at your circle around you, right? And your inner circle. Anybody that's in your life that is not a positive influence or have a purpose in your life, get rid of them. That's what you mean. You shed the weight. So use me or I have no use. I just use examples of relationship because that's what most people go through it. You know, can't get no money in my bank, can't put no gas in your tank, can't satisfy you with the length. See, nothing where do not make sense. You could do it in the sense of a relationship, right? But it can be a sister, it can be a brother, it can be a friendship, whatever it is. It's still the same message. The message is that have a purpose. Use me or I have no use. Because if you have no use, you're damn well useless. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be useless in life. No one wants to be a waste man in life. So that is what that song is about. You know what I mean? That is the energy of it. So no, that is definitely one of them. That was one of the keepers. Yeah.
And the second single that has been released before the album now, You. Tell me about that song a little bit also.
Well, You is a song, is pretty much a love song. You know, it's really a radio love song. But it's a song that features Alexander Stewart,
Exactly.
a young vocalist out of Canada. And I heard Alexander's voice because, you know, I was familiar with him through Martin Kersenbaum, who manages Sting and also manages me. And I had that song. I wrote the song. I had it there for a while, and I was like, you know, I had a demo vocal, and I say, you know, that Alexander voice would fit it really well. And Martin said, yo, Martin says, I'll try him. And we went ahead and tried him, and he did wonderful. And it just kind of go the patterns of what I have done. If you look at the history of what I have done over the years, you know, songs like It Wasn't Me was done with Rick Rock, a virtually unknown artist. Raven, who at that point I was known, but wasn't really known at the time when we did Angel, you know, or Summertime, you know. Songs like recently with Mahambi and Fady. Nobody knew who Fady was. You know, a couple of people knew who Mahambi is, but they're not huge stars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that has always been a formula that worked with me, because at the end of the day, I hate doing songs with big superstar acts unless I have a personal relationship with them, like how with Sting it's a personal relationship. With superstar acts come superstar egos and superstar managers and problems and clearances and entourages and extra first class seats for their entourage plus their dogs and their pets. And I just like I give it up to any artist who do these collaborations over and over again. You know, you really have. And me's a face the boy, so that's another thing. You know, you're not going to throw certain shit to me and me just take it. You know what I mean? So let's say I don't make friends well in that department, because you're not going to come to me after I'm here for 30 years and be trying to exalt yourself around me. I'm going to treat you with respect. You have to treat me with respect, and if you try that, it not going to work. So as far as I'm concerned, I'd rather not put myself in that position. I'd rather deal with a young artist who will come up that is hungry, that's willing to come out here and work it with me, that looks at what doing a song with Shaggy as an opportunity. And then we'll go get it. Right now I have a song out with Noah Power, which is Money Up, which is getting a lot of You know, the energy on that record is so high right now when you hear everybody calling and saying, yo, I need that song, I need that song. Yeah. I prefer that, and I like working with Noah because I see Noah, I watch him on stage, I see him select, I see him draw a couple of him tune them, and I say, that you have something.
And how, I mean, now you told us how you saw, or how you discovered Noah, how you discover the other talents that you work with. Now you have a lot more also on the album that's coming up. Nicky Jam is on the record. Okay, Jason Derulo, of course, he is known. You have Shensia and so forth. But how, especially those talents that are not that famous as yet, how you discover them? You watch a lot of social media, you browse through YouTube, or you have people that would tell you, yo, listen to this artist, check him out.
It's just a feeling, you know. I can't look at you and tell you something. It's like Shensia. You know, I've been dealing with Shensia. A lot of people don't know with Ramesh and Shensia for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they talk to me about everything from legal to music business stuff behind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
The song I have with Shensia is a song that I've had with her for over a year now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, when we did Boom Boom with Cardi B and Popcorn, Cardi B was nobody then,
Yeah.
but she just had that thing. You know, I brought it to them, and there was a little bit of mishap with, you know, Popcorn wasn't happy about certain things on the record, so I just kind of pulled the record.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought she was great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Alkaline, when him just break out, I wanted him for that love because I knew that he had something about him. It's just having my ear to the streets, knowing who the hot artists are, you know what I mean? TJ is another artist who are going real well right now. I really love the melodies and what I do. You know, and these are artists that I see from before and just kind of know if them have it. Noah is that kind of artist too.
Mm-hmm.
But an artist might be talented, you know. Why I think Noah is special now. Here's a guy that is don't drink, don't smoke, seeing, has a family, has a mortgage. You're talking about a guy that everything about him is never late, always on time,
Mm-hmm.
workaholic,
Mm-hmm.
and full of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so to me, know of all the makings of someone who will be very successful down the line. He will never, if he doesn't make it, and God forbid, it will not be for the lack of trying
Mm-hmm.
and working hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you can have 90% talent and 10% work ethic,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody knows you, and don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can have 90% work ethic and 10% talent and be the biggest star in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, you know, good thing with this guy, you know, with Noah, you know, you have both
Mm-hmm.
at this point.
Okay. Yeah. So we have those songs that we're looking forward to hearing. Musically, you worked with several producers, I think. Who did you work with for Wah Gwaan this time?
When I changed it, I literally wrote the rest of the album when I did it in 7 days. So I did it in about 7 days.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah. So I just used the producers that I knew were professional producers. So I used Dave Kelly, Jamaica thing, you know.
I'm glad it didn't drop on your head, though.
I use Dave Kelly, and I use Tony Kelly. I use Dwayne Shippey, who works out of my studio, and Shane Husang, who also works out of my studio. And that was it.
And what can we expect genre-wise? We have some pop that we heard already, and of course we have the reggae and the dancehall. What else influenced?
There's reggae, there's dancehall, there's a bit of gospel in it also. But at the end of the day, these are songs that are true to life songs. These are songs that are relatable songs. These are songs that are personal songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That I think is the main difference on this album compared to anything else. Everything else I used to write in a way where not autobiographical in a way. Not, you know, it's all, I used to write it in a sense like, you know, as if it's somebody else, you know, like wasn't me, was not a story about me, it was just like a scenario that could have happened to anybody.
Sure, you would never do such a thing, you know?
No, I just wouldn't get caught. But it is but point I'm saying is not from a personal experience. It's just I just thought that it would be cool because it was relatable to everybody. But I think right now with this one it's very personal, and it's just a bunch of things that happened in my life where bring me full circle, come around to really start evaluate people and realize that people can disappoint you. People can disappoint you, and it don't matter how long you've been with people or how close they are to you or whatever it is, they will get up, and you never know someone. You might be around somebody for 20, 30 years and think you know them, but you really don't. You know what I'm saying? You really don't. You might live with somebody and you still don't know them. Because there's no way you can know what a person's movement is every day. There's probably routines that people that are close to you in their life that are doing that you never in a million years thought. It's like, oh, I didn't even know you were doing that, or you were into that, or you were, you know, you never can tell. So these are life lessons that has happened to me, and make you realize that be very careful of who you put your trust in.
And why did you name it Wah Gwaan?
I wanted it to be Jamaican. And when the conversation I was having on this album was, it's Wah Gwaan with a question sign and exclamation, to the sense that it could be Wah Gwaan as a greeting, or Wah Gwaan, me I tell you Wah Gwaan. You know what I'm saying? So that is kind of what it is, and I wanted it to be Jamaican and express the culture of what I'm about.
So May 10th, you can look forward to the record coming up. Apart from that, a couple of videos are out already for Use Me.
Use Me is out.
Exactly. What else is coming up that the fans can look forward? We said it also the tour in the UK, but apart from that, what's happening for 2019 and for Shaggy?
We have some promotion to do, a lot of promotions. You know, we have a TV show, a lot of TV shows, you know. Of course, we just saw American Idol, you know, and we have a couple of morning shows, a couple of television, a promo run is on the run. And then later on in the year, we shall embark on a tour. I can't announce the tour yet, but there is a tour that I'm going out with someone on.
Oh, okay.
So we'll figure that out. And just kind of, you know, ride the album through. You know, of course, top of the year is a Shaggy and Friends year coming up. So we're already starting to plan that and figure out how we can make that happen. You know.
So you have big things ahead of you?
Just keeping busy.
Yeah, just
keeping busy. You know, I mean, I don't really look and say big things these days because I've kind of been through it all. You know what I mean? So it's just keeping busy. You know, I mean, this is kind of what I do. If I'm not doing something or trying to create something or trying to reinvent something, then I'm bored. So that.
So you see a very hard-working man and very humble man at the same time right here. Nevertheless, I wish you all the best for Wah Gwaan. I'm really looking forward to hearing the rest of the songs and the whole album. And of course, hopefully seeing you on tour later this year.
Give thanks. Reggaeville every time.